Okay, picture this, guys. You're working in a drive-thru fast food restaurant. You're at drive-thru. Your coworker comes to you, pale white, bursting with tears, telling you not to move. You're sitting there. What is she talking about? A man, tall, dark, you can't see his face, comes up to you, takes the money, and takes off. Everything's frozen. You don't know what happened. You're just there. No movement, nothing. The guy just took off and you just stood there. This experience happened to me recently. I got a call from the cop saying, "Can you come and identify the person?" I was like, I had to relive the moment again. It wasn't the living the part because I got over it, but the identify part was that got my interest because it was a glimpse and it was gone. So today I'm going to talk to you about identity, not the bad aspects, but like how people see you when they look at a picture of you. The first person, I would start with Rita because everybody knows who she is. We all know she had identity problems. She embraces them, and so does another artist. He's a performing artist. His name is James Luna. And also just my own personal experience. Let's start with Frida Kahlo. Everybody knows who she is. She is half German, half Mexican. I did not know that. I thought she was full Mexican with just a weird last name that I had no idea where it came from. The professor, Jaime, from the art class, I took an art history class of Mexico just to learn about my culture because I was in the American world where, we have mixes and I didn't really stood out, so I just wanted to find myself. And hopefully with this, you will find yourselves and, be out there and say, you know what, I'm different and it's okay. So I'll start off with Frida Kahlo. She is half German and half Mexican, like I've said before. She's a famous artist, mostly a painter. Most people know her because of her extreme artist ability she has. She expresses herself like nobody has ever done. She opens doors for people like, what kind of art is this? It's actually her own art. The drawing I'm going to show you is of her
It's not on. Yeah, definitely not. Or not.
I heard it just beep. It sounded like it's coming on.
Yeah, there it is, yeah.
It's going to take a while, but there's two Fridas. One, her Mexican self, the other one, a German self. Everybody knows that painting. What is interesting about that painting is that her heart is in the middle. She has two identities. She both loves them so much. She has no preference to one or another. But the thing is that she shows off more of her Mexican self because Diego liked that. So she embraced the Mexican side most. As you can also, that's how I took it, as she's more Mexican than German because I kept saying the Mexican in her. But that's because Diego Rivera was more in love with her Mexican self than her German self, but that never stopped her from showing both sides of her. The other artist is James Luna. He is a performing artist. He is half Native American, half Mexican. He questions people about identity. How he does this is I have a picture I'll show you in a minute where you see half of his face, one with the long hair, the other one with the short. It makes you question, is that his Native American side or is that his Mexican side? By you choosing, you're stereotyping him. You don't know, you've been assuming that, Mexicans have this, and that, Native Americans have this and that. Just by looking at the picture, you can tell that we have different views of how other cultures, you see them. But with him, he makes you question like, oh my goodness, I just picked out what I think he is, but in reality, he doesn't really describe how, oh, this is this side of me and this is this side of me. He makes you decide, which puts you in a bad position because you're like, I don't want to be assumed as a stereotype. Oh, I really want to know who he is. So with viewing these pictures, hopefully you get an idea of how identity can really fool you. Like, for 1 minute you're identifying a robber and that did a bad thing, but you look at his picture and they're like real people, like me and you. They're just pictures. You kind of think in your mind, you know what, that could be my uncle, my brother, that could be my sister. These are real people. But what you see is what people presume, you know, what they want you to see, like, oh, this is my Mexican, this is my German side, like Frida. But it's really both identities put together, and that's who you really are. Like me, I wasn't born here. I was born in Mexico, and when I came here, I was like, oh my goodness, this is not my place. As I grew older, you know, I got the language, I got the artistic, you know, the music, hip hop. I was into everybody. I was into everything that everybody was, and I felt a part of it. But then as I got older, I was like, but that's only half of me. This is America, where this is our own culture. America has an own culture. And I wasn't embracing mine because I was ashamed. You know, I don't see most people say, this is who I am, and I'm going to stay here. I'm going to show you guys what I really am. But I was afraid of that. Don't know why. I guess it was because we're all here in one combined culture. It's like a melting pot. I've been described as in classes where they told me there's a melting pot. So you're all mixed in. You're not really like a salad, you know. It's there, it's different. You can stand out, and you're still mixed together. So to me, when I figured out, you know what, this is who I am. I'm going to show you this hat, and I'm going to show you that hat. I am Mexican. I was born in Mexico. I'm proud of that. But I also was brought up here in a great country, and I just want people to know, you know what, I have two sides. Hopefully you guys have two sides and embrace that, because that's how we were brought up in America, where we can be both and not be judged. So hopefully you find yourself and say, you know what, this is me, and hopefully you're open just like I am.
PC button.
Just want to show you that's the Mexican side of Frida, and this is the German side. I also like James Loomis. You guys can look at what you Presley taught him. See, two sides. This is one side of him, this is one side, and this is him as a whole. This picture really inspired me. You know what? You can be two persons and end up like this person. Although it might not look well, like what is happening to him? He's half this, half that, but that's really who he is. Thank you.
All right, Rosa, I like the idea of the of the introduction, the attention device. You've got a nice visualization, you've got a personal experience, but it really felt like you shifted the topic. I know the idea of identity is connected there, but you need a clear explanation about what it is you mean by identity when you develop your thesis statement. I didn't think the thesis statement was as clear as it needed to be. Once you started talking about what the supporting points were going to be, I got a little clearer idea about where you were going, but it was still not as sharply defined as it ought to be. And I think that's technical stuff that we ought to have down at this point. What your specific purpose statement is, not just what your topic is, and how those supporting points are going to illustrate what you're talking about. So that needs to be a lot.